Good Wednesday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to tonight's top stories, let's take a look outside our weather window on this Wednesday, March 1st. And happy March 1st to everyone. And kind of felt like a March day out there today, looking up north at our Billy Goat Sky-Fi Tower camera. And lots of snow still on the ground up north. Boy, there's been snow on the ground up there since the 1st of November. Lots of clouds there today. Back home, we had a little bit of sunshine, but we have a storm system moving through the area. It'll be early tomorrow morning through the day. Snow will be increasing over those mountain passes. Lots of snow is expected over Stevens. A foot to 18 inches is possible there. And here at home for Thursday, we just expect a lot of wind. We will see cloudy skies, warm temperatures, and winds here in Wenatchee somewhere between 30 and 35 miles an hour. We'll have your complete north central Washington weather forecast coming up a little bit later on. And now a few of the news stories we're following for you tonight. The two men accused in the murder of a Wenatchee 18-year-old are now being held on $5 million bail. Leavenworth city officials wanted to have denser development in their urban growth area, but Chelan County Commissioners had other ideas about that. And in response to a budget shortfall, the Wenatchee School Board voted last night to cut 75 positions and to create a hybrid model of the Valley Academy of Learning program. But first, our top story tonight, a Tacoma couple are suspected of operating a string of massage parlors in Wenatchee that offered illicit sexual services. 60-year-old Lin Wei Yan and his 43-year-old wife Yan Yang were charged yesterday in Chelan County with leading organized crime, money laundering, and promoting prostitution. Authorities say the couple rented space where they operated two massage parlors in Wenatchee and allegedly employed women to offer sexual services at each location. The Columbia River Drug Task Force began investigating the businesses last August. They say that during their investigation, women working at the parlors made offers of sexual contact in exchange for money to undercover officers who posed as clients. Records show that Lin Wei Yan was previously arrested in Lake Charles, Louisiana, on similar allegations back in 2019. It wasn't clear late last night, whether either suspect had been taken into custody. Well, the two men accused in the murder of a Wenatchee 18-year-old are now held on $5 million bail. Yair Flores was shot to death in his own family bedroom last August 12th, allegedly as part of a gang dispute. 28-year-old Javier Valdez was arrested in Walla Walla 2 months later and charged with first-degree murder and burglary. Valdez was transported Thursday to the Chelan County Jail after being extradited. He's accused of cooperating in the murder with fellow defendant Marquil Leon Ford, who police say fired the fatal shots through Flores' window. Ford has been held on $5 million bail since October. Judge Kristen Ferreira on Friday set bail for Valdez at an identical amount, citing his record of 8 prior felonies and 11 outstanding warrants. Valdez is also accused of keeping a large supply of fentanyl and other drugs at his Walla Walla apartment. Leavenworth city officials wanted to have denser development in their urban growth area, the designated lands where it will one day grow outside its present borders. On February 7th, the Chelan County Board of Commissioners unanimously rejected that plan, which would have rezoned minimum lot size in the UGA from 10,000 square feet to 8,000 square feet. The commissioners' vote went against the recommendation of the County Planning Board. Commissioner Sean Smith said his vote based on testimony from residents in the UGA. Leavenworth Mayor Carl Floria told NCWLIFE News the decision slows Leavenworth's ability to provide much-needed new housing.
The people that came to us and asked for help have no say when it comes to their city representation, whether it be the mayor or the city council. They don't get a chance to vote for the people that are making those decisions for them. And that's the duty that I took on when I ran for this office, and the commitment that I made to the rural citizens, stating that I will be your voice if no one else will listen to you. And that's the job that I'm tasked with doing. And the numbers of people that came to me, phone, text, email, in person, was overwhelming, that they did not want to have these decisions made without their say.
We need to get more units. We've done a lot, you know, throughout our town to get more units in. This was a fairly, I would say, fairly modest, you know, request. We weren't asking for 3,000 square foot lots. We weren't asking for, you know, and so so my request will be, let's continue this discussion. Let's talk some more about this rather than shut it down.
In response to a budget shortfall, the Wenatchee School Board voted last night to cut 75 positions and to create a hybrid model of the Valley Academy of Learning program. The cuts, which will take place over 2 years, will save the district over $8 million. The focus of the night revolved around the future of the Wenatchee Internet Academy. The board ultimately voted to not continue the program as is, but instead to add online class options to Valley Academy. Board member Catherine Thomas spoke on the tough decision.
Knowing the crisis that we're in and that there are other options, and that maybe just as a district, we're not ready to continue with WIA right now. That is what the thoughts that I have been thinking about all weekend and in preparation for this. Again, you know, my first instinct is we're in a budget crisis. All right, we have tough decisions, hard decisions to make. And after saying parents of kids, we're going to have to cut this. Next, we're going to have to sit with the employees and fathers of families and say, you don't have a job anymore. And now you need to find something to do to support your family. You know, those are the decisions that are coming up next. And as we've been saying forever, or for several months, this is tough stuff. This is hard. It is really hard. And it's not, each decision is not going, it's going to make someone very unhappy and change their life forever. So again, you know, my second instinct is I will sit here every day that it takes to help each student that needs advocacy and to do my part and what I can and to remedy and help with what these kids will need.
When we come back, 2 amendments to statewide inclusive learning standards offered by 12th District Senator Brad Hawkins failed in a floor vote yesterday. The House Select Committee on Strategic Competition between the United States and the Chinese Communist Party held their first hearing yesterday. And it was 88 years ago yesterday that East Wenatchee became a town all its own. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Getting ready for the boating season is easy with the help of Bob File Boats and Motors. Now's the time of year to upgrade your boat from a new motor, a bow mount, installing a state-of-the-art GPS fish finder, or just fixing your trailer lights. Make your appointment today. With marine technology changing fast, the service department stays up to date with the newest developments and factory certifications. Spend more time on the water and less time at the shore. Get ready for summer fun now at Bob File Boats and Motors.
March is a food and wine lover's dream in Chelan, presented by Lake Chelan Wine Valley. Taste Chelan celebrates food and wine all March long, created to tickle your taste buds. Experience a food and wine tour happening every Saturday with special offers all month long. Local wineries select their most tantalizing varietals, paired and curated with food from local restaurants, chefs, and culinary artisans. Taste Chelan. It'll bring out the foodie in you. Buy tickets now by visiting tastechelan.com.
Welcome back. In other news, the House Select Committee on Strategic Competition between the United States and the Chinese Communist Party held their first hearing yesterday. The committee, which includes 4th District Representative Dan Newhouse, heard testimony about the relationship between the U.S. and the CCP. Newhouse questioned retired General H.R. McMaster further on CCP-backed land purchases.
How concerned are you by the CCP-backed purchases of American agricultural land and those potential purchases near strategic sites such as military installations or critical infrastructure? And then a second part of my question, I don't know if you were involved with CFIUS decisions in your previous role as National Security Advisor, but do you think that CFIUS has the statutory authority to block and should block land purchases by the CCP on national security grounds?
Thank you for that. Thank you for that question. I think I'm very concerned about that, about the purchase of lands and buildings next to sensitive sites. It's extraordinary the degree to which the Chinese Communist Party has pursued a massive campaign of espionage. That's one facet of it. The other aspect, I think, that what you're getting at as well is the dependency on Chinese investment, which then gives them really coercive power. I describe in my written testimony the 3 C's of co-option, coercion, and concealment. Co-opt by trying to build dependencies from U.S. agriculture on the Chinese market. And then, hey, once you're in, then to use that for coercive purposes. The commercial aspect of this is often tied to the United Front Work Department, an arm of the Ministry of State Security, which forms organizations that look innocuous, that promote U.S.-China dialogue and economic discourse in the area of agriculture, in particular in the American heartland. But those are organizations that are designed to advance the PRC's agenda. And then, co-option, coercion, and then to conceal all of this as just normal business practices.
And as we take you to break, happy belated birthday. It was 88 years ago yesterday that East Wenatchee became a town all its own. The population voted on this day in 1935 to incorporate by a tight margin, 48 votes in favor, 46 against. Art Lenhart became the town's first mayor, and the Works Progress Administration paid for its first sewer system. The pipeline bridge connecting the city to Wenatchee was built in 1908. From those beginnings, East Wenatchee has grown to a population of more than 14,000 people. You're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Coming up next, tonight's feature story, and that includes return of the State Special Olympics to Wenatchee. Also, your complete local weather forecast, where tomorrow is going to be one of those hold on to your hat kind of days. That and much more still to come on the NCWLIFE Evening News. Please stay with us.
Introducing Alpine Airman. Because every home needs a superhero to eliminate poor indoor air quality, send inefficient operating equipment packing, and cut high energy bills down to size. For heating or cooling and equipment replacement, turn to the experts and the superheroes at Carrier and Alpine Air. We offer the best deals on high-efficiency Carrier products, along with friendly, knowledgeable service and incredible savings to fit your budget.
Central Washington Water is your solution for problem water. Whether you're on a well or municipal water, they can design a clean water system custom to you. Soft water eliminates water spots and scaling on fixtures. It protects appliances from hard water damage, saving you money. Soft water reduces soap usage that causes skin irritation and is a healthier choice to drink. Call for a free in-home consultation or stop by the store to have your water tested. Central Washington Water, your best water solution for home, pool, and spa.
Welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. The Winter Games of Special Olympics Washington returns to Wenatchee this weekend for the first time in 3 years. And that's resulted in a crunch as the organization seeks local volunteers to help with the massive event. In tonight's features story, NCWLIFE's Dan Kuntz spoke with Wenatchee Parks and Recreation Director Dave Erickson about the crucial need for help.
Your department is one of the coordinating groups that help put the
folks where they need to be. You need volunteers.
Absolutely. This is the first time, like you mentioned, in a long time that we've had Special Olympics back. We are very excited that it's back in town. One of the best overall activities that you could ever go to. So if you have the opportunity to check out some of the venues around town, the basketball courts, the Town Toyota Center, watch ice skating, figure skating, or even the opening ceremonies, lots happening everywhere. But we do need volunteers. Normally it takes about 700 to 900 volunteers to make this happen and run really smoothly. Everything from court monitors to people assisting with the ski events. So if anybody is interested, have some time this weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, give us a call at the Parks office. We can hook you up with Special Olympics and get you all signed up to volunteer.
You don't even need a skill set.
No. So feel free, come on down.
Yeah, and yeah, that's a good one, Dave.
Yeah,
and I know a lot of service clubs get together and do like the box lunches and things like that. So it's kind of an all hands on deck kind of a thing.
It is, yeah. When you look at 1,800 athletes in town, plus all of their family members and coaches and assistants and all that, there's a lot of people coming in town for this event, and it really takes a lot of folks to help get this thing organized and going.
And the economic impact in our area, in the Wenatchee Valley, is huge.
It is. It's the largest, from what I've been told anyway, the largest sports tourism event in the valley. So not only that, it's probably one of the biggest tourism events in the valley as well. So really excited to have everybody back in town and seeing this thing going again.
Time now for a check of your North Central Washington weather forecast. Hope your Tuesday was a good one. We had a nice surprise today in our weather forecast. Much warmer than we originally thought we'd be yesterday at this time. Beautiful shot looking down at the valley from our Wenatchee Sky-Fi camera up on Wenatchee Heights. It's our cross camera, and as I mentioned, warmer than we thought today. Unofficially, 43 degrees today. We thought we'd be around that 37 degree mark, so a nice surprise there. 47 is our normal high temperature for this time of year. 21 our low this morning. 30 our normal low. 63 is our record high. What a beautiful day back in 2013. Our record cold 14, and that was in 1993. Sunrise 6:41, and the sun will set at 5:46. Taking a look at those Thursday temperatures, much like today as it turns out. We thought tomorrow would be a warmer day, but about like today. 47 in Moses Lake, 46 in Ephrata, 45 degrees for Quincy, and then pretty much low 40s from Wenatchee up to Chelan. Omak will be a little cooler at 38. Leavenworth 40, and Lake Wenatchee tomorrow at 36 degrees. Taking a look at tonight, cloudy skies. It will be cool. We'll continue with a very strong westerly flow into the state. That's going to bring some clouds along this frontal boundary for us tonight, with low temperatures primarily in the mid-20s. Lots of cold air in the western United States. And this will be the big story tomorrow. Windy conditions here in the Wenatchee area. Also about a 40% chance for rain and snow. I put warmer here because we thought we were going to be at 37, about like today. Highs in the low 40s. And then as we get you into Friday, just a little bit of a ridge up and over the Pacific Northwest. And that's thanks to this area of high pressure. But we do have a storm ready to move in on us. That will bring us evening showers. Temperatures in the low 40s for Friday. And then by Saturday, that system will move down to just off the coast of Washington. And that'll push some showers our way. About a 40% chance again for rain mixed with snow. Temperatures will cool off a little bit Saturday with highs in the mid to upper 30s. For Sunday then, the low just kind of wobbles back and forth along the coast. Isolated showers for Sunday. Not terrible with high temperatures near that 40-degree mark. As we get you into Monday, cloudy skies, low pressure still off the coast of Oregon. Not going to do much except bring us some of those clouds during the day. High temperature on Monday into the upper 30s. And for Tuesday, as we make our way into next week, we look forward to mostly cloudy skies. Just kind of patchy clouds, a mixture of clouds and sun. Not bad with high temperatures in the mid to upper 30s. Let's take a look now at your 7-day forecast brought to you by Apple Valley Honda. Tonight's overnight lows 26 degrees, not bad for a low. 42 tomorrow, a 40% chance for rain and snow. The big story tomorrow, lots of wind, so be prepared for that. Mild day on Friday with some evening showers. Also rain and snow on Saturday, and 37, 39 for your Sunday, and then 38 and 37 respectively for Monday and Tuesday. And that's a look at your local weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
You've got a lot to do today. While you're out and about, remember to dispose of your unused medications safely and anonymously. It's a simple act that makes your home a safer place. Next time you're at the pharmacy, just place them in the drop box. To find a location, visit medproject.org.
At Prestige Senior Living, we celebrate life at every age. From our cognitive and fall reduction programs to our focus on life enrichment and wellness, we help our residents maintain independence while nurturing mind, body, and spirit. Residents also enjoy a wide variety of amenities and services, including restaurant quality dining, housekeeping, a full calendar of events, and so much more. To learn more or to schedule a tour, visit us at prestigecare.com or call the number on your screen. We can't wait to show you around.
And now it's a sports update on the NCWLIFE channel.
And a happy Wednesday to you. Today, day one of the WIAA Hardwood Classic tipped off at 9 o'clock this morning in Spokane and Yakima for schools from north central Washington. Moses Lake Christian fell to Odessa 55-50 in the girls tournament. That was a loser-out game at Veterans Memorial Arena this morning. Waterville Mansfield got a chance to sleep in a little bit, facing Yakima Nation Tribal School. We'll have that result on our Facebook page, so tune in there. The Moses Lake Christian boys have until tonight at 7:15 to play their first game of the state 1B tournament against Sound Christian Academy. Lake Roosevelt boys began play at 9 o'clock this morning against Wahkiakum in the state 2B tournament. Raiders came out on top 58-53. Third quarter, the difference, Lake Roosevelt outscored Wahkiakum 16-12. Brewster also advancing to the quarterfinals tomorrow with a hard-fought 59-49 win over Tri-Cities Prep. Kelson Gebbers led the way with 20 points for the Bears. Brewster will play Napavine tomorrow at 12:15. Well, the Okanagan girls having the luxury of sitting out today's first round, awaiting the winner of tonight's Liberty Spangle versus Mabton game to find out whom they'll play in the quarterfinals tomorrow night at 9 o'clock. Meanwhile, Kashmir survived a 35-31 win over Annie Wright Academy today at the WIAA State 1A tournament game at the Yakima Valley Sundome. Brianna Talley made a free throw to ice the game with 28 seconds remaining. That helped the Bulldogs to the victory. Gator freshman Aaliyah Martin scored 24 points to lead Annie Wright, but their season comes to a close. Kashmir will face number one Nooksack Valley in the quarterfinals tomorrow morning at 10:15. Win or lose, the Bulldogs will play again on Friday. Well, the Seattle Kraken snapped a three-game losing streak with a 5-3 win in St. Louis last night. Morgan Geekie got the scoring going for Seattle with the first of his 2 goals in the first period as the Kraken beat back the Blues in an early seesaw battle.
The Kraken to center ice. Geekie comes in with Tanev and a shot, and he scores! Morgan Geekie is 6th on a 2-on-1, and the Kraken lead 1-0. For a power play goal against the Blues. The Blues have killed all 12 as Thomas starts in, shoots, he scores! A short-handed goal by Robert Thomas, and we're tied at 1. Back to Dunn, he looks around, McCann winds and fires, and he scores! And Jared McCann, his 6th power play goal, and it's 2-1 Seattle. Falk will steer it back to the goal for Letty. Saw it ahead of the pack. He's got a partial break. Shoots. He scores! Saad ties it. Blocked by Kapanen as Geekie wins the faceoff. Back for Schultz. A shot. Rebound. They score! Geekie gets his 2nd goal tonight. Rebound back of the goal. Now Alexiak dusts it off. Shoots and he scores! And Alexiak, his 8th of the year, and it's 4-2. And now it's Thomas back of the goal. Stole it from Larson in front. Another shot, and they score! Vucinovic! And it's now a 1-goal game. Under some pressure from Gord, kept in by Krug, a shot. Rolls around, Thomas, his pass is tipped and it comes out. And the Kraken with an empty net for Gord. Far side to Tanev, and he scores.
Yep, Jared McCann, Jamie Alexiak, and Brandon Tanev also scoring for Seattle, which was perfect on the penalty kill for the 7th straight game. Coach Dave Haxall says after a slow start, Seattle gave what they needed in the win.
We played a good road game. We had a response each time they scored. We bounced back and scored within a couple of minutes to push the momentum back the other way. Our specialty teams did the job. Power play doesn't get credit with the goal, but that's a power play goal. So. That was a big goal for us, and the PK did a big job. We don't get out of the second period the way we did without doing a good job on the 3 PKs plus the one at a critical time in the third period. So those are all good positive things. We didn't give up a lot defensively. We made a mistake on their third goal just by not being and stopping in the right spot. But other than that, we didn't make a lot of errors. Certainly no unforced errors in terms of the defensive play.
Seattle's in Detroit tomorrow afternoon, 4 o'clock, that game on Root Sports Northwest. Well, the Wenatchee Wild are back home at the Town Toyota Center Saturday for a big game in BCHL play. Wenatchee will battle Chilliwack in the what turns out to be the second game of the night at the TTC. The Wild's Gretchen Littler says Guns and Hoses is back again, with firefighters battling police on the ice for a good cause.
This is our 15th year. I'm super excited. What makes this night one of the best is because of who the beneficiary is, for sure. And the Guns and Hoses Foundation, we start planning this game. We'll meet starting again in September. So it's a 6-month planning process. There's the chief of police, and we get all the firemen come together, and they all help plan this night. They help sell tickets. They help fill the concourse. The fire versus police game will be at 4 o'clock, so doors are going to open at 3:30. You do need the Wenatchee Wild ticket to get into that. But like you had mentioned, it's a fun game to watch, and last year it was a little chippy. I think it's going to be a little bit better this year, where there won't be some full-on brawls, but it's a good game to watch. It's fun to watch those guys. They're in the men's hockey league, and some of them they have to be in a fireman or a policeman to play.
Wild only have 7 games left on the schedule, with 5 of those on home ice, including Saturday. Broadcast voice of the Wild, Austin Drade, says Wenatchee has a real chance of climbing to reach home ice advantage in the playoffs.
Talking with the guys, I ask them every so often, so how well positioned is this team to get up that head of steam and make a run at the playoffs with a full head of steam? And every one of the guys that I've talked to says we're playing well, we're finding each other well, and we're playing together. We're ready to go. And these guys won 6 out of 8 in February. It's the best month they've had in 3 years. Won 7 out of 10 back in November. So these guys have had a couple of really good months here, and even the months in between, they were still 500. So this group is poised to make a run. It's just a matter of how much time they'll have to climb the standings before this regular season runs out and we start talking playoffs.
Get your tickets at WenatcheeWildHockey.com. Town Toyota Center going to be a busy place coming up this weekend. Wenatchee Bighorns open their inaugural season in the Basketball League against the Seattle Superhawks. That's tomorrow night at 7:05. Get your tickets at WenatcheeBighorns.com. Friday's the opening ceremonies for the Special Olympics State Winter Games. I'll be emceeing the event with the parade of athletes getting underway at 7 on Friday. According to Carol Andre with the Wenatchee Parks Department, plenty of volunteers needed for the opening ceremonies on Friday night, as well as with competition throughout the weekend. If you'd like to be able to help out, they need scorekeepers, they need skiers up on the ridge. You can call the Parks Department and get more information about volunteering at 509-888-3284 for that. That's a look at sports news. Grant, back to you.
Thank you very much, Eric. And now let's check in with Dan Kuntz for a look at what's coming up tomorrow morning on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Dan?
Thanks, Grant. On the next edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, this guy, Dave Erickson, the Director of Parks, Recreation, and Cultural Services for the City of Wenatchee. You're getting ready to ramp up to a busy 2023.
It's going to be an absolutely crazy busy summer. Everything from rec programs to construction projects to our comprehensive plan update.
So they do this every 6 years. Go online and take the survey to find out what you would like to see in the future for Wenatchee Parks. Dave Erickson on the next edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Grant, back to you.
Dan and Dave, thank you very much. And that will do it for our newscast tonight. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks so much for being with us, and have a great night.
invite you to watch Network TV. I interview different guests in technology, entrepreneurship, business, education, and nonprofit. It's a bit of a variety show, and you never know who you're going to meet or learn about on Network TV. Tune in weekly to the NCWLIFE channel.